This passing setup destroys literally every coverage in the game. The play is mesh post in the formation gun cluster, and this comes from our Notre Dame offense game plan on playbookprofessor.gg. Now before the snap, the only adjustments are to put your solo receiver on a streak and put your middle bunch receiver on a return route. Now after the snap, the first read is going to be your running back on the flat route, and if your opponent isn't guarding the flat, then you can hit him with a pass lead up and get some really easy yards on the outside. Now the second read is going to be the tight end on the drag, and this is a mesh drag. So against zone coverage, what you'll often see is that the mesh drag will sit down underneath the zone defenders. So if we go ahead and snap this ball, you can see that mesh drag is going to kind of sit down right there, and that's really nice because while that flat defender is going to the running back in the flat, the drag is going to sit in that nice soft spot between the zones rather than running into your running back on the flat route. You can see right there that he's just going to stop his route, and you can hit him on his inside shoulder, and now you have a really easy gain over the middle. Now, against man coverage, this drag is going to cross the field. That's how mesh drags work, is they're just going to keep running just like a normal drag against man coverage. So if we put the defense here into something like a cover one, what you're going to see is that it's just going to run like a normal drag. You can hit him with a pass lead outside, and you can get some easy yards. And sometimes if you have enough separation, you can get a really huge gain after the catch. Now the third read is going to be our middle bunch receiver on the return route. And this has such great spacing because what's going to happen is the drag is going to pull zone defenders over to the left. The post is going to push defenders back. And as a result, you're going to have a really nice pocket to hit this return route. And people absolutely hate guarding that return route. In all my games, I have seen the user on defense. They will chase after the drag. They will chase after the post. Very rarely do they remember to come down and guard the return route. And so it's just incredible spacing hitting the return route. Now, in some cases, return routes can beat man coverage. In my experience, I don't rely on the return routes as a man beater. And so if your opponent's in man coverage, you can always check the return route. But typically, I'm not banking on the return route beating man coverage, but it always can if you have a good enough receiver there. Now, the final read on this play is going to be our outside bunch receiver on the shallow post. And this route is awesome. And so if your opponent starts shading their zone coverage down to try and guard the drag and the return route and the flat route, then what's going to happen is that the post route is going to get wide open over the top. And so if we go ahead and snap this ball, you're going to see that there is a ton of space to hit your post as he crosses the field for an easy completion on the outside.